Hello guys, welcome to my weekly trade recap video. I want to talk about best trades I took this week. So Tuesday short was the main winner, 15R, and the Monday long was the second winner, 9R. I had some smaller trades between, but these two were main important winners. So I want to tell you I am new to the X. I created a brand new account and I'm sharing this educational stuff. Every day I'm trading. Or at least I try to, because I wanna just post some high quality exclusive content, not some garbage, some shit posting. This is not for me. So I'm sharing mainly educational content. So let's start. Here was my analysis on Monday. So Monday's long setup played out exactly as planned. Took profits yesterday, flipped short, and today reloaded the long. Also caught Friday's long. Solid week so far, and full breakdown I was posting here from these two trades, the Friday long and the Monday long. So these two trades were covered. This second trade from Monday, I was closing it up here. I will show you the reasoning, and now let's talk about main short Tuesday. So from order book perspective, we got the Binance futures. You can see, so we were at the value area high of this range, this smaller range. It was 48 days range, so medium time frame range. We accepted after the Monday and started taking the liquidity. Here was the liquidity, we took it, you can see, and inside the liquidity there were boom walls, so we started filling them. You can see the ratio was 0 to 1% from the price, so it is showing you from current price 0 to 1% orders and 0 to 1% up orders, and it's comparing what's the liquidity in the order book, if it's skewed to the upside or downside. So here it was skewed to the downside, but I will show you the higher ratio, 0 to 5%, and you can see we got a lot of more sell walls than buy. If we zoom out, you can see here is the huge cluster we were approaching into. So it was all paired with the liquidity. So this was the main reason, and here the walls started filling up. You can see 500, 600, above 1k, and so on. So this exhausted the market from spot walls on Binance. A huge wall was here, 120 bitcoins at 67k, preventing further upside. It was front run, and the reason for that, we got a pretty much nice volume at the top. So here was the VAH, 48 days, we accepted, then we rallied, we took some longs with us, also some shorts, and here at the top you can see we got some locally exhaustive price action, so pretty much 900 mil volume here, so it's 5 times larger than previous candles, so higher buying activity. You can see the 70% of volume is at the top of the candle, so value area of the candle is trapped at the top, and the second candle has very huge buyers in it, so very good delta at the top. Then we trapped it, and the rest is history. We racked the longs from the top, they closed. It was my first take profit one on the short, so the main reason was nice volume with the liquidity, with the good context on above value area high, and nice vols on futures and spot markets. So then I took the first take profit one. Let me zoom in real quick. So here was the first TP in this area. We'll erect the longs from the top. Then after we bounce, I closed fully the long from the Friday I was taking here. This was like first sign of weakness for me. The main reason is, you can see, like we started the Monday here, then we dumped, and the trending symmetry for this move up If we start to measure, you can see 0.75, 1.5, 1.14, and here is 1.5. So we made a higher symmetry of sellers. More sellers stepped in and pushed price lower than before, so it's like sign of weakness. If you add this to the liquidity and all the stuff I showed you. So this was the reason to close the long. Then we got Asia, I was sleeping, then we dropped and I played the next New York long. Here we can see on my posts, so I go back. So shorts was playing out perfectly. Yeah, you can see very tight stop loss. Long was closed during Asia. Next day, 23 July. The pose starting here. TP, take profit taken into support because I don't want to chase price into a potential reaction zone. My bias can remain bearish while still respecting key levels and managing the position. Key reasons to take profit: Binance futures bids plus 48 days value area high. So 48 days value area high right here, and Binance futures bids right here. So it was like here I was taking another take profit for the short. So first take profit was done here. Here I took the long to hedge me, and here I was taking TP2 on my short. So here was TP2, and here was TP1, and final TP right here. So reason for this take profit was we were at the value area high plus those bits on Binance. You can see huge clusters. If we turn the depth to 1%, you can see it measures from this price down to 1% and up to 1%. So there is a lot more buyers than sellers. So we got a support, very local one, but we have, and boom, we bounced. So I was taking take profit too, and I was mentioning however, Binance futures are chasing price. If we fail to hold here, we better hold at Binance spot week, otherwise things can get ugly then. I do not expect breakout with such order books plus summer low volume. So very important, summer low volume. I was not expecting we would break out easily. So then the next day I was adding here to the short, and then playing it to the Friday. Friday was my take profit day. I was expecting a Binance VIC to be filled right here, but not every time happens what you think happens. You need to adapt, and we were getting reaction at this local SFP, we can say, from this low. So this was very tight local SFP. I was taking the profit, but I was not initiating a new long. I was waiting to take the liquidity lower, and market did a front run to me. This is what happens sometimes, but still you need to close at least one position or do something. You cannot just watch the market like a movie. So this was my covering. The reason for this long to be taken was, I pull out EXO real quick, session volume point of control from Asia. You can see this was my hedge position, and the second reason to take profit was the daily point of control. So this was the reason I took take profit 2 on short right here with the vols and with the 48 days VAH. So this is it. Then you can see why we bounced here with the visual SFP. It was mainly we got the naked value area high from the Friday. So from the day I was taking the long. From a weekly perspective, this was the reason we got short from the top. Here was a naked value area high, but this was the only level we had there. We got nothing on monthly and nothing on daily and nothing on session templates. So here, naked weekly value area high, previous naked weekly value area high, this was the level we got. And that's pretty much it. I can show one more thing. So here at that short, I was shorting, yeah, and the reason I didn't expect we might break out or take this poor structural liquidity, or call it how you want it to call, like the free highs, equal highs, like a lot of traders would expect to be taken, but I didn't because it was summertime and we have lower volumes. So this was another reason I was expecting this trade to be intraday. Only reason I hedged here was because I was probably thinking we might do another sweep and finish this at least to equal highs or maybe some visual SFP, but it had never happened. So that was the idea behind the hedge of the long. From volume perspective, we talked about the short. Take profit got also nice volume, exhaustive parameters locally to take profit. Here I was opening the long, you can see not much volume, but there were other reasons to take the trade. Here was the bounce I was talking about on Twitter. A lot of shorts coming into the support, and we got the order book supply demand here on the futures. Here was my adding. This was a little bit higher volume, but not much, so we are now trading with the lower volumes. That's why I also expected the high to be not taken, the main high. Open interest, you can see to the high I was taking the short, we got a 13k open interest increase. So here was the value area high, and since we accepted above 48 days value area high, we got 12k open interest, so a lot of people to be punished. So this was the reason I was expecting the trade to be the intraday, because here the volume dried up into the order books. We got order books up here, and that's it, you know. Then you got fuel just to the downside. Who is else left to be wrecked up here if everyone just bought up? Because if you look at the higher time frame, I was here taking the short. Here was the huge open interest increase. The open interest went to the top of this big range. We can measure it like 20 days, sorry. So you always work with the same amount of delta and volume, especially in the ranging conditions and especially in the summer. So I was just playing my expectations. We should not break out because it's summer and same volatility and volume in the market. So once the volume came in, there was nothing, no other entity was here left to enter. So then the market rolled over to another side. So this was the reason for the short. From the open interest perspective, from the hedge long, and here was also the reason I was taking the take profit on my long from Monday, because we had open interest round trip, so I didn't expect much of a continuation, let's say. And then the hedge long, we got the open interest round trip. You can see almost, yeah, very small open interest was here left to be punished. So this was another reason to bounce and to hedge myself. But after we did the round trip, we then eventually started coming down with a huge open interest increasing here at the support. I was talking about huge demand on Twitter, and then boom, we squeezed the shorts, and then the longs left because here was open interest hugely increasing, the delta not decreasing, it was ranging like a market, so it was like 50-50 longs shorts. We reacted the shorts and longs were left to the party in the local time frame and also higher time frame. This open interest increase were important, so it was like double confluence, double combo, and then you get the Friday drop. And at the Friday we got also the open interest threshold hit at the maximum, so this was the reason I was take profit one, but the threshold was not fully hit at the point of bottom. You can see right here we had left like 6k bitcoin, so this was the reason I was not initiating a new setup, because I was anticipating we might get some new shorts and maybe a deeper squeeze to the downside, and that would be ideal to position to the long, but at least to take profit and close position fully. This was good and solid. And now we have weekend, it's so chop, and we will see next week. But next week I'm going on holiday, I will be not there, so not many updates will be from me. Maybe I will post something on Twitter, but I will definitely not trade, so we'll see how it goes. I will post some nuggets like this with open interest, volumes, Binance futures and spot order books, liquidity and overall context. So hope you like it, and if you do so, you can hit me a follow on Twitter, Quant Trading with 1, and you can also like and push my algorithms if you like it. I would appreciate it. I think I went over everything, so short was main winner. Take profit was done here. My spot big bot was on Binance a little bit front end, but take profit was done. Anyways, just the long wasn't done, so this is what I missed, this is what I caught, this is where I added. We went over everything, where I hedged myself, and this was key moment because we did a deeper pullback of 2%, and you can see we either after 2% we either form a range and do the breakdown, or we continue higher. So it was a deeper pullback, very interesting. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Give me a like, follow, subscribe if you like it. Bye.